Hi, guys. To you live from Podcast Movement Virtual, and I'm just going to have my app open. So if you have any questions and you're in the Podcast Movement app, just type those into the chat or the questions. I'll sort of look back and forth. It might be easier in the chat. Um, so welcome. We decided to try to make this as in person as possible. So we set up our trade show booth in our house. And we wanted to do these so that you guys can ask us questions and we can try to make this as if you came up to our booth at Podcast Movement. And unfortunately, you can't try out the mics, but we're going to try to do a little bit of a demo for you today that will help you hear the difference between the mics that we offer. So, to give you a little bit of history, Heil Sound was founded in 1966 by Bob Heil, and the company started making professional level microphones about 16 years ago. Before that, we were known for making large scale PA systems for bands like the Grateful Dead and The Who, and doing concert touring sound. We also were the original creators of the Heil Sound Talkbox, made famous by many a rock musician in the 70s. So that's a little bit about us and our history. We make dynamic microphones that are all professional level 3-pin XLR mics. And we like to just be different. We like to create microphones for podcasters so that they can have professional sounding audio from wherever they are. I've used these microphones to record podcasts in studios. I'm now recording in my house, just as pretty much everybody else is. I once recorded a podcast at the NAMM show live. And if you don't know, the NAMM show has over 100,000 attendees, and it is known for being one of the loudest trade shows that you will go to. It actually has a hall filled with drums. Um, so we were able to record at the NAMM show because of these fantastic microphones that we make at Heil Sound. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about them today. So what you're hearing me talk through today is our brand new microphone, the PR37. This is a fantastic handheld microphone. It is a collaboration between two of our other models, the PR22 and the PR35. The 37 is great for handheld applications if you do a remote podcast where you need to, maybe sit on a couch and chit chat. This would be a great option for you. We developed this microphone for the live sound industry, but obviously that is a sleeping giant at the moment. So we would be happy to let you hear this out today on my voice. I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Michelle Levitt. I'm the creative and marketing director at Heil Sound. I've been with the company for 16 years and I am a podcaster. I had my own podcasting studio in Buffalo, New York, and we made 4 shows out of that studio. And one of those shows was the Heil Sound podcast. So obviously it's Podcast Movement. So we have to plug our podcast. You should check it out, available wherever podcasts are available to be downloaded. It's 50 Years of Maximum Rock and Roll with Bob Heil, also available on our website. So there's our shameless podcast plug. So the 37, brand new, great option if you are going to be doing some remote podcasting. Let me just check the chat real quick to make sure there's no questions that I'm ignoring. So thank you for joining us if you're joining us live today. Also, we will be around in our expo booth for all the expo hours. We have 3 Heil Sound employees, myself, my husband Ash, and our sales manager Jerry will all be on and off at different times. So you can make an appointment with any of us, or you can just stop in and chat with whoever is there. I did want to take a second to remind you we're doing a giveaway. We're doing a $100 gift card every day of the expo. So that's yesterday, today, Thursday, and Tuesday and Thursday again. We partnered up with Focusrite, Squadcast, Hindenburg, and Libsyn. And each company is offering a fantastic prize. You have to go to all the different companies' expo booths and get the secret password. But since you are already in our demo today, the password for Heil Sound is caramel apple. So just go check out those other vendors. They will give you their password and then head over to Focusrite to enter those passwords and get entered for your chance to win a $100 gift card from Heil Sound. So let's talk about some of these other microphones, probably the ones that you came here to hear me talk about. This is the PR30. So the PR30 is kind of my go-to for podcasting currently. I like this microphone especially well on female voices. This is the brand new finish for the PR30. This is, I think it's available now. If not, it should be available very soon from dealers or from Heil Sound Direct. It is an all black finish for the PR30, and I'm loving the look with the PRSM shock mount, which is fantastic to reduce any unwanted noise coming through the table or the boom arm or wherever. The boom arm, speaking of, is the PL2T. This is fantastic. I recently had, well, not so recently anymore, but I had the opportunity to use a not so great boom arm, and I did not realize up until that moment just how nice this boom arm was that I get to use on a regular basis. It's really cool. It has a channel with a channel cover. So this channel cover pops off. I don't here. Let me zoom back in for you. So this channel cover pops off. You run your mic cable through the top and you pop that back on, and it's nice and clean. No wires, no Velcro straps to secure your cables down. Just looks really nice. So if you're doing some sort of live stream component to your podcast, this would be a fantastic option for you. Also very quiet. So this is the PR30. This has a super cardioid polar pattern. So it's not going to pick up anything out of the sides of the microphone. And it's also not going to pick up anything out of the back of the microphone. So I'm snapping my fingers since you really can't hear that. Just to give you a little context of where I'm at, I'm in the guest bedroom of our house. There's not a lot of noise in my neighborhood, honestly. This morning, however, when I was doing my stream for the microphone technology talk that I gave, there was in fact a landscaping crew in my front yard tearing out shrubbery. So um, that's the kind of confidence that I have in these microphones and their ability to reject audio outside of the polar pattern right in front of the microphone. So just something to think about when you're thinking about dynamic versus condenser. Dynamic microphones are definitely going to have these characteristics that are going to be more conducive to recording at home or recording in remote environments. Just going to check that chat one more time. Cool. So next up is the PR40. So the PR40 is probably our flagship podcasting microphone. It has that nice broadcast sound to it. On me, this microphone does not sound quite as good as the 30. That's just because it's not sort of tailored to my voice the way a 30 is. A PR40 is going to be fantastic, especially for male podcasters. And you know, it's being used in all the Sirius XM radio stations. And if you're a fan of Pat Flynn's Smart Passive Income, he's been using this microphone for many, many years. He relies on it to make sure that his home studio audio is professional quality, even though, you know, the kiddos are playing in the next room, that sort of thing. So, again, no EQ on these microphones. The only thing that I mess with on my mixer here in front of me, I'll zoom out so you can see it a little bit. So I'm using an Allen & Heath Z10 mixer to demo all these microphones for you. The only thing I adjust on this mixer is gain at the top, line level at the bottom, and main level out. So 2 volumes and 1 gain control for each of these microphones, no EQ whatsoever. So this is how this microphone will sound when it comes out of the box and is plugged straight into your audio interface or mixer of your choice. I wish you guys could give these a try. One of the things that we are definitely missing right now through doing podcast movement virtually is the ability to be able to let you demo these microphones. We do have great dealers that are here at Podcast Movement with us. B&H Photo is here and BSW USA. I encourage you to check out both of their booths and see what specials they have for Podcast Movement Virtual. And after the fact, there's still, great options. They always have lots of fantastic bundles with Heil microphones. Um, a lot of them come with an audio interface or a mixer already included. So you can check out what options they're recommending for those as well. We really like the Focusrite interfaces as well. Focusrite makes a great, simple little interface. Just plug straight in the interface, straight in the computer, and you're ready to go. You can adjust your mix levels and controls like that in your DAW. So this is what we have for you today at the Podcast Movement virtual booth. I did bring one shiny fancy microphone to show you. I don't have it hooked up, but I did want to show you this. This is the BR77D, and it's beautiful. We can all just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful it is. So it's a great little microphone. It's actually the BR40 element in it. However, it sounds and behaves quite differently. The housing for a microphone element drastically changes how a microphone can sound. If, for instance, you've ever tried an SM7B, you might be surprised to know that it's actually an SM57 element. That's just what happens when you change the casing of a microphone, is it changes the way it sounds. So it's a PR40 element. It's going to sound different than this one that I'm talking through, but I wanted to show it to you guys today. It's a beautiful option. A lot of people like it for live streams and things like that. It's got a little roll off switch on the back, so you can roll off some of the low end if you want to do that. Obviously, you don't have to. So this is what we have for you guys at Podcast Movement Virtual. We're super excited to be doing this event. It's something relatively new to us. We're probably going to be doing more of these in the future. We're excited that Podcast Movement decided to do a virtual event this year. We're definitely sad that we can't be with you in person and you can't try out these wonderful mics for yourself. But again, go check out those dealers, see what they've got. A lot of them have generous return policies too. So if you want to try out some microphones, and you can definitely order those and give them a try, see which ones you love. And we hope that this has been helpful for you and that, maybe we'll all be back together before we even know it. So thank you for joining me today and hope to see you soon. Bye.